Hi, I'm Rudolf from RA Woodcraft. We have a small bespoke joinery in Cape Town, South Africa. I never heard about Blum. I actually experienced the product as an apprentice about 30 years ago when I started my joinery trade. It was always a great product to use compared to other stuff that we saw out in the marketplace or visiting other sites. And then when I progressed into my own business, it just was the only choice as a product range to start using. And so I think we're now sitting on 28 years by speccing Blum product in our joinery. So obviously initially I didn't think about it much, just using the product and not having to buy it. But what really stuck out for us when we started using the product, the build quality was excellent, and we just found that it worked. Didn't have any comebacks, all the parts are always there, and it's just easy. So for us, it's been great having been with Blum for a very long time, to see how the product range has evolved from your base that side mounted, epoxy coated runners and screw together hinges to where we are now with drawer systems, soft close, tip on. And so it's been great seeing that evolution happen over the years. And I think what's really stood out for us is whenever a product gets launched, it works. There's never niggles with it when it comes out first time around. Blum have been really great with making sure that when they send us something, that it's already working and we've got all the technical information that we've got, that we can just start using it straight away. I've been using Blum for 28 years. I think I've sent one set of runners back because they were faulty out of the box. We've never had an in-service product fail on us or have any comebacks on it. So I think that speaks for itself. And what that does for us, it just means that as a business that is going out into the marketplace, installing various locations that are far from our workshop, which is obviously a higher cost base, to know that we have a hardware partner that supplies us with products that doesn't fail is a huge bonus, because it just means we've got no comeback costs. Yeah, I mean, there again, it's been having worked with Blum for many, many years and seeing the transition from a third-party distribute into what is now Blum South Africa. We've walked a long road with a lot of the staff that have come with it as it's grown, and it's great to just see how the passion that the original sort of Blum distributors had has carried through into what is now Blum South Africa. And yeah, we had an opportunity. I mean, one example of what a great company they are to work with. We had an opportunity 2 years ago when we were on a work trip to Germany, close to the Austrian border, where we managed to liaise through Wesley from Cape Town, that we actually got a full day tour of the Blum facilities there, which was just great for myself and some of my staff to see where it all happens and just the systems that they have in place to ensure quality, delivery and functionality. E-services obviously was preceded by what they used to call, I think, Dynaplan back in the day. And for us, what's really cool, and this is for us is probably the key point with Blum, is that they don't just make great products, they back those products up with systems and information that actually help us to use the product. So yeah, it's like anything, it's quite a wide range of products, and because we don't use everything on a daily basis or for every project, it can be challenging when you have a new lift system, for example, that we're installing for the first time, and then having the training and having the guys go to the training, that means that when they see it, it's not completely new for the first time, and they've already got a basic understanding of how the system is supposed to work and which parts go where. So it's very valuable for us from our perspective, particularly with some of the lift systems where we don't use them all quite on a very regular basis. Again, just to reiterate what I said earlier, the fact that the product is well tested, well engineered and well made means that we don't have comebacks. So it's great for us as a business and our profitability. It's great for our clients and referral, which brings more business to us. And then obviously the e-services package that we mentioned already, and Blum's investment in making it easier to install and use their products has revolutionized how we assemble carcasses and cabinetry, etc. And probably improved our production efficiency by at least 50% over the years as we've gone from using the manual drilling system to the small mini press to now the mini press top. So they're, for us in terms of building cabinetry, their services and products are invaluable to us. So, I mean, so we've had a very close relationship with Blum over the years, as I think I've said a couple of times. And I think the fact that we're still with them 28 years later, I think it says enough in terms of what it's like working with them as a team and as a company. And what we appreciate as well is that they appreciate the work that we do. So we've had a couple of projects where we've actually done some joinery installations for them, where they showcasing their products. Yeah, the great thing with the Blum team is that over the years, when we've had that odd installation where something hasn't gone quite right, they're a quick phone call away, and quite often more than often than not, they've got the knowledge to give us the solution that we need. I think their products are probably the most innovative in terms of how they assemble and the services that they offer with them. So we really appreciate that about them. And also, like their commitment to making sure, I think I touched this before, that as they're developing something, by the time it actually reaches us, they've refined it to the nth degree, and it just works like it should out of the box. Products we'd love to see from Blum, I think, are definitely a flap down system. It's great having the flap up, but often we've got custom installations where we need a flap down. And unfortunately at this point in time they don't have something for us just yet. But apart from that, we're very happy with the range that we've got. And the nice thing is with e-services and the knowledge that their staff have got, we often find ways to use their products that are not necessarily the original intended application. And their showroom in Austria also is a great example of that, where they use a lot of their hardware in different applications just to show how versatile they really are. The fact that we've got this monster at the back here, the whole workshop is full of Blum stock. We're very happy with our partnership and the relationship that we have with Blum. And in fact, every cabinet maker that I talk to, I try and recommend them going to Blum, just because of the backup service that they offer, and it's just such an easy product to use. What we'd really like to see, and where we're already getting a few small challenges, is just in the versatility of OCC, which is the online cabinet configurator platform. It would be great if there were a few other options in the configuration there, and how we export data and those kinds of things. It's become such an integral part of our production process that it would be great to see a few more tweaks that are not necessarily Blum specific in terms of, but for us as a business that are production specific. So being able to apply edging to the different sides of the panels, grain direction maybe, small tweaks, but those are things that would really help us in just improving how we use the system. Old friends, been a long road. We love working with them. And it's a great relationship, and like most great relationships, sometimes we bump heads a little bit, and things aren't always 100%. But I think they've got the right attitude, and yeah, we love working with them.